Day in the life of a high school athletic director. We got there pretty early on Friday morning because, one, I knew I was going to have a long day. She's also the greeter. I also had carpool duty as well. As you can tell, the lights were not on, so we went upstairs, turned the lights on, headed back to my office to grab her stuff for class. It was really a good week for her. She was able to meet her friends as they came in for the day for class. Her teacher gave her great compliments on being the greeter as well. It was really good to see her in action as the greeter, as I was also on carpool duty for that week. Then I was able to get in the office for most of the day, work on transportation for the month, as well as scheduling for the winter and spring to try and get that done by the end of September. Once I was done scheduling, I went to lunch, and then I was also able to catch some of Zoe's PE class that happens in the early afternoon. As you can see, they're divided up into two different teams. They have two different kindergarten classes in there at the same time. From there, they were able to play some game that our PE teachers had divided up. It was really interesting to watch her sit there and play with some of her friends and just see them interact that I did not get to see in the last couple of weeks. Once PE was over with, I then packed up my office and headed over to the stadium that we were going to play. We knew we were going to have a very big crowd on our hands, so we rented a local stadium that could seat the amount of people that we were expecting. It's about a 20 to 25 minute drive over. Once I got over to the stadium, it was an amazing field and scenery that we got to see and be fortunate to be able to play at for the evening. I got there early to set up for our concessions and gate people to make sure they had everything together that they needed for the night. And then I walked down on the field to watch our kids do some walkthrough, stretching, things of that nature. Our head coach had invited one of his friends that he had played with in the NFL. It was really good to hear his message as it was consistent with what he is trying to preach with this new culture that we're trying to establish at our school within our football program. He gave a really good message once again, and then we got the game underway. It was a great first half. It was pretty even throughout. The third quarter, we got ahead about 27-14, and then unfortunately, we lost in the closing seconds on a last-second field goal, 30-27. It was good to be able to see how this first football game works for us. Obviously, a few things that will always change or tinker to try and improve. We did have a halftime competition for our lower school, middle school, and high school that consisted of a punt, pass, and kick competition. As you can tell, we had a good number of students show up for our blackout night, as that is one of our colors. And then we wrapped up by cleaning up the field and things of that nature. And that is a day in the life.